What's going on, Dan K Show fans? We're back! We didn't go anywhere. Whoa, man, we were scared for a minute, but we're here, we're ready, and we got hockey for you each and every Thursday. The Dan K Show keeps bringing that hockey action. What's going on, Dan K Show fans? We are back and better than ever this week. 1.2 million impressions on social media, and that is thing number one. The Dan K Show continues to grow, continues to work, and wants to work along with you. Make sure you reach out to us at @Dan K Show on social media or at www.dankshow.com if you'd like the Dan K Show to come see you. Thing number two, I've heard a ton about the 15U division, and there is a battle royale at the top of the standings. We're going to be getting to that soon here on this show. Stick around for the 15U chat, but before that, we have one more topic, and that one more topic is thing number three. Lucas and I made a little friendly wager, a little handshake agreement that we were going to tie some type of punishment to the Utica Junior Comets and Springfield Picks battle in the Premier level. And, you know, Lucas, 3 weeks ago we made our power rankings and we couldn't split the tie because you said somehow shootouts don't count, that they're not a part of hockey and they don't factor into a win-loss record, which was, I mean, according to a lot of people, idiotic, ridiculous, and wrong. And since that moment, you've incited some great play out of the Springfield Picks and some great play out of Utica as well, because both teams have won their last 8 straight since this wager started. So we are completely tied. And now I look to my left and I give him a chance to get a word in edgewise, because if I keep talking in the three things he can't speak, it's my left-hand man, it's my consigliere, it's mon frère, it's mon petit sandwich au saucisson, it is Lucas Jones.
Dan, what a battle. Are you kidding me? We told you guys, look, we can't figure it out, so you guys have to figure it out. They can't figure it out either.
They can't figure it out right now. This Northeast Division, and don't fall asleep on the Buffalo Thunder sitting there. We saw this team live in Marlborough, Massachusetts play. We did a game for them. And this Buffalo Thunder team is physical. They're powerful. They got a real Midwest hockey style to them. They would fit in well in that Midwest-West division. I'm excited to see what comes out of this Northeast. Utica and Springfield, though, completely tied. Lucas, have we decided what the punishment is? I think if Utica beats Springfield, I have to actually go for the 20 hot dogs.
I think that'll be good. I feel like if Springfield beats Utica, when we do a Springfield Picks game, I should have to go down and interview those players and just apologize on the ice, on camera. I feel like, because I got let know by a lot of different people.
The voice of the Picks went down and gave a rousing speech involving you. Got always going.
And I still stand by what I said about shootout losses as they pertain to, or shootout wins as they pertain to power rankings. But I see where a lot of people are coming from. But you got to respect the standings, right? Between this show and our next power rankings, you guys, you have to decide. Figure it out amongst yourselves.
Talk amongst yourselves. I'm a little verklempt, but what I'm not verklempt about is hockey talk. And it's time to talk 15U hockey, ladies and gents. You know, the Dan K Show tries to cover everything. We try to do it all. There are teams, member organizations across the country that we want to get to. And I feel like this 15U division needs some love this week. We got a few outreaches on Instagram that I'll look up. But before that, Lucas, I want you to talk about right now the top team in this league at 12-1-1 with 25 points. The Palmyra Black Knights.
Yeah, Palmyra, I mean, they're the top of the division in wins and losses. They're the top of the division with goal differential. And they've got one of the top defenses in this 15U division. And we've seen some incredible talent. You know, we're watching these games on Hockey TV. In between a couple of games at showcases, we're able to watch a little bit of this 15U division. So much incredible defense in this, you know, across all these teams. Great goaltending as well. But let's look toward the offensive side of things. And what I love to see from the Palmyra Black Knights, their top scorer, Logan Myers, 5 goals, 12 assists, 17 points. Active on the power play. The 15U division is all about building that team chemistry, right? Getting you ready to keep moving up through the ranks. When you see guys with all these different assists, guys that are getting involved in the power play. Joey Perugino, Alexandra Cassivi. I mean, these are your top scorers for the Palmyra Black Knights. Their names are tongue twisters, which means by default they're good hockey players. But these are guys who are active, averaging over a point per game. I mean, this is why they're on top.
And you want to talk about a guy who's shocking? It's Braden Schock in net. And this young man's got a 1.88 goals against average. He's made 58 stops on the year. He's 7-0-1. He's just got that OT loss to his name. He's working along with Eric West in net, who is stopping things both east and west. He's got a 2.17. These netminders, this is a team that can trust the guys between the pipes, but they can also go out there and score the puck. That's where that score differential of 40 goals comes from in 14 games. This is a dominating performance. They are controlling teams top to bottom. And one guy I really, really like to watch, I kind of went and watched back at some tape because Braden Schock himself reached out to me on Instagram, Lucas, and said, any chance you guys can cover the 15U? Wasn't looking for himself, just 15U guys cover it. Yes, and that's what we want you guys doing. We want you guys reaching out to us, letting us know, sending us goal clips when you make that incredible goal. That's the stuff we want to see. But Kyle Zimmerman, 3 goals, 4 assists. This is a young man who, he really kind of makes this thing all gel together.
Yeah, I mean, he's absolutely a crucial part of what Palmyra is doing. You know, these guys, like you said, they're working as a team. They're building on skills they already have. But, I mean, if you go back to the remainder of the standings here, I feel like this 1 through 4, Palmyra, then Philadelphia Hockey Club, then Utica Comets, then Islanders Hockey Club. You know, you look down at the points, you see 25, 23, 18, and 18. But if you look at the loss column, 1 loss for Palmyra, 2 for Philadelphia, 1 for Utica, 2 for Islanders Hockey Club. These are teams right now that are separated by nothing more than how many games they've actually played.
Yep.
So it's you look at the top 4 in the 15U right now, it could go anywhere. And you look at some of the talent down with the Skipjacks, Jersey Hitmen, and Pal Junior Islanders as well. These are teams that could very easily turn things around and start moving, climbing their way up the ladder. But even if they do, they're going to have to fight through that top 4.
And let me talk to the guy who's got the keys to the city and the keys to a potential title up there in Utica. It's Jeremy Keys. And this young man, in 10 games played, is leading the league in goals scored right now for the 15U with 15 goals scored, 2 on the power play. Only 2 on a power play. A lot of times you see guys putting up numbers like that. A lot of it's special teams, right? Getting a lot of those odd man chances. This is a young man who's got 13 even strength goals. He is a game changer. Sorry, he's got 2 shorthanders. So he's got 11 even strength goals, 2 shorthanded goals. This is a young man who is the top right now in this 15U level. Scouts, get him on your radar. And right with him on the same squad, his centerman, Spencer Sazenberry, who's got 12 goals, 12 assists. You want to talk about balance. Life is perfectly balanced, and that young man is balanced on the ice.
Yeah, and one other player, you know, as we were doing some research, one other player that kind of struck me, not just with his stats, but also with the tape as you kind of go back, is Austin Kamenaris from IHC. 11 games played, 28 points, but 20 assists and 4 power play assists. He's a left winger for IHC. One of those kids, it's right place, right time. And you could argue, you know, how much of that is taught, how much of that is innate, that hockey knowledge, and it's both, right?
Yeah.
It's what you bring to the table, and it's what you learn from coach and practice and the players you play with. And this is a guy, he just kind of knows where to be, it seems, at every moment.
Yeah, you see Caleb Patrick alongside him, 12 goals, 11 assists. And then I look down and I see Brogan Shea, man. And this guy ain't shy. Brogan is an absolute bro right now. This young man, 10 goals, 7 assists for the Philadelphia Hockey Club. This guy is gritty out there, man. He plays hard, he battles, he fights, and he is such a fun watch right now on the ice. Speed demon.
Yeah, I mean, there's one of the great things about, you know, getting asked to kind of do the spotlight is you go back, you watch a bunch of tape, you watch a bunch of these games, you know, you start reaching out to people, and you know, you see just how much talent this 15U division has to offer.
Yep, and you look through the goaltending, you look through the net minding, and you have winners aplenty in net right now. Zach McErlin leading the way for the Philadelphia Hockey Club, 9-1-0-1. Joseph Salvador behind him with 8 wins. He's undefeated on the year, Lucas, in 8 games. He's 8-0 for the Utica Comets. Alex Lafreniere with the Islanders Hockey Club, and then you got those 2 Palmyra Black Knights and Braden Schock and Eric West. We talked about finally Emmanuel Pantow of the Jersey Hitmen, 3-2-0. This is a division that can go anywhere, anyway. Lucas, put you on the spot right now. Who wins the 15U?
Oh, that's a tough one. I mean, you look at some of these teams, you look at that top four. In your head, you don't want to just say, oh, okay, you've got this top four set up and that's who it's going to end up being. I wouldn't be surprised to see Philadelphia Hockey Club kind of swing up.
I like that pick.
Because we've seen Palmyra year after year be incredibly successful. But Philadelphia Hockey Club, at the other levels that we have seen them play, have been an incredibly gritty team. They've been fast. They've been skilled. If this 15U team, if they can beat Palmyra a couple of times, right? How do you get rid of the first place team if you're the second place team? You beat them.
Yeah.
So that's what it's going to have to be.
That's it. I like Philly as well, but I want to go dark horse here and tell you that the boys from Utica may have something to say by the end of this year. I would not be surprised if the boys from Utica with that 44 goal differential kind of come in and have something to say about this thing. Let us know your thoughts on the 15U. Who do you think will win it all? Who do you think we missed and should have talked about more? What do you want the Dan K Show to talk about? Make sure to reach out to us, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, at @the_Dan K Show, or www.dankshow.com.
Welcome to the USPHL's most complete show, covering the NCDC Premier and Elite Leagues, The Dan K Show. Dan K and Lucas Jones.
All right, hockey fans, we talked about the young guys, the Utes, as you may say if you're my cousin Vinny. But I'm your hockey show host, Danny. Not Vinny, Danny. Danny K, Danny Dimes. I was originally Danny Dimes before Danny Jones showed up. But let's talk about this one. Let's talk about a guy dropping dimes in the back of the net. It's time to talk NCDC. We haven't had a chance to really sit down, get on camera, and talk through this division for a few weeks here, so I really wanted to dig in NCDC a bit here. First, let's go with our leading scorers. And a guy who is above the rest and not even close. Right now, second best is not even close. This guy is near doubling. He's almost lapping the field right now. 15 goals scored for Johnny Hockey Malera. This young man's got silky mitts. He's unstoppable. He's unbelievable. I just saw him in Twin City, calling the game up on the pink ice. And I will tell you, Johnny Malera probably had, I would say, for this season, last two seasons, probably his quietest game I've ever seen him have in terms of just what I'm used to seeing from Johnny Malera. Still scored a goal.
And of course, Johnny Malera is the top scorer right now.
That's
right?
exactly right.
Who else could it be except for Johnny Malera? I mean, I remember watching him in a couple of games last season where he finds the puck and then he's just gone. He's just gone past your defenders. Some of the only defenders that I really saw him. He just went by everybody. There was nobody who could catch up to him.
Exactly, and you look at it, Mickey Burns in second place right now, and I've said it a million times, I think those two are the best two players in the NCDC right now. I think they could be the two best players in hockey right now, in junior hockey. These guys are that good. They are that talented. They are that skilled, building that muscle mass, building that size as they go through their junior hockey careers, getting ready for the next level. But Mickey Burns, 8 goals, 8 assists. This young man tied there with Tommaso Alvera of the South Shore Kings and Harrison Bazianos of the Rochester Monarchs. We look at the assist leaders here, and it's Josh Waters and Ian Carpenter. Carpenter builds goals, man, for the Boston Junior Bruins. And Josh Waters just making it happen out there, man, splashing it, making it happen. 3 goals, 14 assists for the left winger. Top D-man in assists from the Connecticut Junior Rangers is Reed Miller, who can read the situation. Points getter, who's leading that? Of course, Johnny Malera, 22 points. You see Colton Friesen there with 17. That's a young man, Lucas, who Ryan Frew had nothing but great words about.
Yeah, he was really, really impressed with Colton. I think so were we.
Yeah.
It's one of those players that I think will continue to get better as the season goes on. And that's the kind of stuff that's dangerous, right? When you look at the New Hampshire Junior Monarchs team and you can identify 2 or 3 players and you say to yourself, these guys are going to get better.
Yep.
The New Hampshire Monarchs in 4th place right now.
Yep.
And you're saying to me, oh, this team's going to get better as the season goes on. That's dangerous.
You want to talk about dangerous? How about the Jersey Hitmen net minding right now? You look at Gavin Abrick there, 4-0-0, and the currently injured Benjamin Allard Robitaille. These guys are combined 8-0 with a 1 goals against average. You look at Gavin Abrick, .97 saves percentage. He's saving 97% of the shots he faces. Anything that goes in near this guy is stopped. Then a guy who we've seen a bunch of times who needs to be talked about right now is Henry Graham.
Yes.
This guy is absolutely filthy for Pal. He's a huge pickup for this Junior Islanders team. He makes them an immediate title contender. He's 3-1, 0-1 with a 1.76 and a .957. This guy is elite. This guy is premier. This guy is next level.
Yeah, he's going to be a huge, huge asset to that Pal team as the season continues to move on. They've got some talent on that squad. I mean, we saw them. They're one of those teams that really takes the first period and dives into what you're doing.
Yep.
They are a team that can break you down. They're an intelligent hockey team, and they're going to find a way to win a bunch of games as we start to move towards Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we look. One last guy I want to touch on here is obviously, we'll do two here because I got Matt Pasquale, who I have to chat about. Matt Pasquale at .936, a two-time Dan K Show Star of the Game Award winner, looking for his third this season. We'll see if he gets it. And then Tate Brandon, a broadcaster's worst nightmare because you never know which way the name's supposed to go. It seems like it's backwards, but it ain't. Tate Brandon, 7-1-2, a .942. He has stepped up this year and is having a great season for Jim Henkel.
Yeah, and it feels like every time you load up that Connecticut Junior Rangers Twitter page, Tate Brandon's name is front and center. And what you really need in the NCDC, you need goaltending. Offense can really only get you so far, Dan. You got to have a guy that you trust in net.
I agree with that. Now, let's take a look at the standings here. I'm going to run down these standings, and I have a question for you, Lucas, that I think is going to be pretty interesting right now. Leading the way, Jersey Hitmen 13-0-0. They got 26 points. They haven't been touched yet. 39 plus on the goal differential. Junior Bruins, how about 11-2-0? One of those two losses to that Jersey Hitmen side. They've got 22 points. Third place, the Connecticut Junior Rangers. They were in that area last year. They're a dangerous team. And right now taking the fourth spot and being in that top four, that upper echelon that get the home series in the first round, the New Hampshire Junior Monarchs at 8-4-0. They got 17 points, tied there with the Pal Junior Islanders. Northern Cyclones, South Shore Kings, Boston Bandits round out that top 8. So today, season ends today, which everyone hates to hear that, but the season doesn't end today. But if it did, that's your postseason. Twin City on the outside looking in, tied with the Bandits at 9 points, one extra game played on them. Lucas, I'm going to ask you this question. I've been watching the NCDC now for over a month, right? Month and a half of hockey we've gotten under our belts. And I understand last year at 47-3, the Hitmen were upset in the first round by the Northern Cyclones. But with that under their belt, knowing that they're not going to take anybody lightly, knowing that they're not going to have that hiccup, today, if I gave you this, I basically think these guys have turned into Tiger Woods in his prime, this Jersey Hitmen team. Would you take the Jersey Hitmen to win the NCDC championship today, or the entire field? All 12 teams in the NCDC, or the Jersey Hitmen, which side of that argument would you be on?
That is, I feel like that's the question of right now, right? Because that is where we're at in the season. You're starting to see things shake out. Early on, you weren't really sure where these teams would end up. But now that you've got double-digit games for most of these, if not all of these teams,
Yeah.
I think if the goaltending holds, and when I say if the goaltending holds, you've already seen an injury to Benjamin Alar-Robitaille.
Yep.
Right? So we know that hockey is a physical game. We know at the NCDC level it is a fast and physical game. If the goaltending of the New Jersey Hitmen can stay healthy, I think this team is not only the team to beat, this is the team that you are going to have to beat after you've climbed the mountain just to get there.
Yep.
Because the Boston Junior Bruins are coming into this thing as still the reigning champions, right? We just had the banner raising ceremony, and they have such a good squad. But right now, the numbers tell the story. The Jersey Hitmen have allowed 20 goals in 13 games.
Yeah, they don't allow goals. They score them in bunches. They can get scoring from all four lines. Their defensemen get involved on both ends. They stymie at center ice to really make it tough for you to move the puck. It's tough to play the passing game, and when you finally do get it all together and you tic-tac-toe that thing through, you're going up against some of the best net minding in the country right now. And you look at this Hitmen team, it's going to take making them uncomfortable to beat them. You're going to have to take them outside of their style, which is what Coach Flanagan does so well for the Northern Cyclones, what he did so well last year. But it's going to be tough to find that right matchup because the Cyclones seem like that team that can do that to them right now. I like the matchup that a team like the Connecticut Junior Rangers can give them speed-wise on a one-game basis. But when you get into a series, you start to see it play out where it's tough to take a team outside of their style for 2 games.
Absolutely. And I think one of the things that you're going to have to do, hypothetically speaking, let's say you're playing the Hitmen in the first round of the playoffs, right?
Yeah.
What do you have to do? And it's not to say that what the Northern Cyclones did last year was like a generic style of play, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it is the way that you make a good goaltender uncomfortable, is to get in their face.
Yep.
It's to crash the net. It's to try to take advantage of the high-low game. And it's that goal line movement where every offensive series should be focused on like a 7-foot circle around that crease.
Yep.
Because you're not going to beat a goaltender with a slap shot from the blue line. You're just not going to beat these guys. You have to get in their face. You have to create bouncing pucks. You have to rule the roost, so to speak, of that interior section of the offensive zone. That's the way you beat a good goaltender, not just Jersey Hitmen goaltenders. So I think teams are going to have to start focusing on physical play. And now is the time to upgrade that size if you feel like you're lacking in that department. Yep. Because a big, strong player in front of the net can do a lot of interesting things, especially on the power play.
Dan K's top 4 power rankings right now in the NCDC: Jersey Hitmen, and then I go Boston Junior Bruins, who jump back into that 2 spot. Then I say after that, I like Pal at 3. I like Pal a lot. They score from the defensive side of the ice. And then following that up, I would say Connecticut Junior Rangers and New Hampshire Junior Monarchs tied in that 4 spot for me. So that's your 5. That would be my power rankings right now. You agree on that?
Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think this PAL team is going to be a team that's going to shoot up in the next month or so. They're going to be that team that's going to rise. I said in the beginning of the season, a team that is outside the top 5 at the halfway point is going to make it into that top 5 because that's exactly what the NCDC does. If you can put together a 7-3 and then a 7-3, and then even if you fall behind and you go 5-5, you put together another 7-3, you're climbing, right? So it's a situation where you're always competing against the guys right around you in the scoreboard. A lot of opportunity for movement.
Pal's got 2 netminders with a plus 93% saves percentage. You got Anthony Orleano and Henry Graham. They'll stop it with both of those netminders. I think Pal right now is a scary team for anybody. And the Hitmen are the scariest. But with that, it's almost time for those scaries because it's almost Halloween. So let's go to the empty net and see what's going on out there on social media. Welcome to the empty net. Welcome to the Empty Net, Dan K Show fans. The way we close out each and every week's show. And this one, we're going to boil it down, make it a quicker one this week. But Lucas, where were you this weekend?
Well, I was in a couple of places, Dan. On Thursday, I was with the New Jersey Rockets, helping them film some interview content for their younger squads, including the U14, U16 girls program.
That's awesome.
A lot of fun meeting a lot of young players, future of the game. And then on Friday, I made the trek out to Brooklyn to the New York Aviators facility to help them set up some of their new camera equipment as kind of like a tech advisor. They called me up and they said, we need a little bit of help, need a little bit of guidance. I went out there, met with Joe Sokoa. Awesome guy, met some of the kids from the New York Aviators squad. They chirped me hard about my preseason predictions, but so happy to be able to, get out there, volunteer some time to help out some teams in the USPHL.
Yeah, how about me going up to Twin City, going up to Maine without Lucas? I know he was disappointed. I refrained from doing too many fun things up there because we'll have to make another trip. I talked to the Thunder about that. But I had a great time, got a chance to work with Jeff Maddox, an incredible broadcaster, does UMaine's broadcasts up there in the cold tundra of northern Maine or central Maine, I guess that is. Whatever side
all
of
of Maine is north.
It's all north.
Yeah.
Norris, I would say. But, I mean, we had a great time, an incredible, incredible opportunity. Lucas is going to have a video put together with the event and kind of the Pink in the Rink night that they put together. What a time. I mean, I was absolutely floored by the whole thing. We, as a Dan K Show, we donated all earnings and all proceeds were donated back to the charity for the event. So we were just excited to be up there and so happy to be a part of it.
Yeah, and it was incredible. Dan and producer Elena went up there and got some great footage. I put together a little bit of a video for that. That'll be up on social media soon. You'll definitely be able to see that to kind of commemorate that event. I mean, what a weekend. You think we do enough when we're together. We do even more when we get split up for a weekend.
That's it, man. And Robin Wooster, thank you so much to you, your family, for allowing me to be a part of it, Lana to be a part of this whole weekend. I think we threw a picture of that up there, me and Robin meeting. I know she put it on our social media page, Lucas. And she was awesome. I mean, a true battler, keep fighting, keep battling, keep fighting that good fight. That's all it is, and everyone's fighting with you. Everyone's battling with you. I got a chance to sign her boxing glove, which honestly was, I was tears in my eyes while it was happening, Lucas. It was an incredible night. Incredible night.
Yeah, it was absolutely, incredible to watch. The game was good. The video that you guys took, I feel like I have a little window into what that was like. We know the Twin City Thunder have a great community supporting them up in Auburn, Maine. We made that trip last year, and we really saw that firsthand. So they continue to do a lot of good work in the community.
Thank you to the Twin City Thunder for letting us be a part of it, and thank you to you for letting us be a part of your lives with the Dan K Show. We're going to keep doing this each and every week until someone comes in here and tells us to stop and steals our camera. So we will be here. Lucas will give his parting words now. Lucas has nothing. You know who did have a lot to say? The Islanders Hockey Club Premier, who are now 7-0, who chirped me on the way out of the building while I was heading to my car in Twin City and said, "Who's number one now?" And I said, "You guys just may be, so make sure to tune into those Premier and Elite Power Rankings in 2 weeks. But for now, we have to go. So long, farewell, Avita Zane, good goal." That's pretty cool. When Dan K is on the mic, it's always hockey night. Thanks for watching, hockey fans.
We got chirped a lot this weekend.
We get chirped by everybody now. I love it. It's great. That's what it's all about. Just Chirp City. Chirp City population meet, bro.
The Aviators go, "Hey, weren't you the one who said we weren't going to score that many goals this weekend?" I was like, "Yeah." And they go, "All right, we'll see you at Nationals."
It's so great, man. I love it. I love the attitude of these kids, man. It's what it's about. It's about cockiness. It's about confidence, and it's about doing it right.
Confidence and blind ambition.
Yep, that's going to be me when I have to eat 20 hot dogs.
Because you'd be blind from the sodium?
Yeah, basically.